Didn't mean to let you down. Were there any rooms not shown on TV? No. There's so many cameras in the house and so many conversations happen everywhere. Like there was, at least from what I know, there was nothing that, unless we haven't seen it yet. I was rooting for you to win. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for voting for me for America's favorite player. That'd be a blessing because being broke is struggle out here. And I have so many things I want to do for you guys that involve money. So, but I'm going to get there. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm going to get there. We're going to be locked in, all right? We're going to be locked in. I got to start a podcast. I got to start my Twitch stream. My clothing brand's almost done. So, you know, there's that. Is there a routine time you wake up in the house? There is not. Do I have a job? No. I don't have a job. No, I'm counting. I do have a job. I do have a job, yeah. Please play Rockstar by French Montana. Okay. I haven't got a French Montana song and I can't even remember when. Got you right now. You're the game winner in our hearts. I appreciate that. I'm glad I won in your guys' heart. Don't get me banned for playing this, alright? We love you. I love you too. I love you too. How was it like being on camera 24/7? Honestly, you kind of forget about it. Like as you go in, you forget. Yeah, as you go in, you kind of forget that the cameras are on you 24/7. You really only think about it when you're trying to take a nap. And you're like, where can I lay where the cameras won't see me and I can take a nap? The answer is nowhere. You get caught every single time. Do you think Tabina is real? I think Tabina is real. Yeah, for sure. Feel this? Sorry, this French Montana song, I appreciate the recommendation, but we can't do that. Who's playing the best game? Chelsea's probably playing the best game. I don't see anybody. She has the resume to win in the end. She's won 2 HOHs. Is it 2 or 3? Let's see. She's won 2 HOHs, and yeah, she's facilitated a lot of moves, and she can, say when she gets to the end that she had the collective and the Pentagon to run the early game, and whatever alliance she's formed now to run the late game, and she was never really worried about her safety and always knew she was going to win the game. So I think Chelsea has a strong chance to articulate the fact that she can win. I think Cam can articulate, he has a strong chance to win as well. Right now, you have to think about, too, jury. Jury decides who wins the game. So it's not only about making it to finale night. It's about how many bridges did you burn, how many people did you cross on the way to get there. And your speech, I don't know. I feel bad because my speech was not good at all. But I tried to play with the line of not dogging anybody, which at the end of the day didn't work. Are you in touch with Brooklyn? I am in touch with Brookie. Love Brookie. What type of person do I look for when I am looking for a romantic partner? I need somebody that's going to be kind of opposite of me, right? So in terms of romanticizing, I very much don't press any issues unless it's a big issue to press, right? If there's something that is really really important or really something that I need to address, then I'll worry about it. But if it's not an issue that I don't need to address, then I'm not going to worry about it. So my partner needs to be the exact opposite. She needs to, or they need to what am I saying? They need to fix every little issue, and I can handle the big issues, and then we have no issues. Does that make sense? If my food comes out wrong at the waiter, I'm not gonna be yo, this is wrong. So I need them to be yo, that's wrong. That makes sense? Yeah. So true. Go, Cedric, go. Ooh, get big up here. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not. I had a lot of potential that I squandered really easily, really early in the game. Cedric, love you. I'm so sad you left. I'm so sad I left too. Who was my real final two? My real final two, it would have depended on the jury. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, once you get that far and you're in the last, like once you make jury, now you're worried about who's gonna vote for you in the house. How are you gonna win the game? Because the game in Big Brother, which is the interesting dynamic, is thank you for the death, is that it's more than just the making it to the finale. You have to sit next to somebody else and articulate why you should have won. So, yes, you feel me? Who were you voting for America's favorite player? What? You were my favorite. Thank you so much. Why did no one speak up for Matt in the house? No one spoke up for Matt because nobody knows what happened, right? Like the HOH room it's a sealed off room. It was during a one-on-one, and at the end of the day, we're playing a game, so nobody knows the reality of the situation, and you don't want to pick a side. Nobody like really, I feel like, supported Angela either, because you don't want to pick a side and be wrong. So it was like, yo, it's a hard thing to navigate, especially being, you know, watched 24/7. The main part is no one knew the reality or the truth of the situation, right? Like, it was he said, she said, and we had no evidence on who said was right. Did they let you know before I got evicted? Absolutely not. T-Core lied to my face, and yeah, it was bad. I was kind of sad at that, but I understand it, because if I would have stayed, who do you want to win? Shout out the Pentagon still. Who's in jury? What? We don't know who's in jury. So much can go wrong, so much can go right for so many different players. What is the slop? It's slop. It's like it's nasty is what it is. The challenge? Live feed. The challenge would be dope. The Amazing Race would be cool. I think doing the Amazing Race with like Chelsea would be cool. Or the Amazing Race with Tucker, like the rivalry and the competitiveness between the both of us. And forced to work together for a common goal could be crazy. Thank you for that little hat. Thoughts on, how tall am I? I'm 5'11", 5'10", 6 foot on days that I lie. What do you want to see first in jury? Ultimately, it doesn't matter to me who's first in jury. I'm just a viewer now, so. Oh, how do I feel about Lisa getting blindsided? That's okay. So it wasn't anything against Lisa. Actually, when we blindsided her, it was like worried about Angela and the whole house. That was a crazy week because the whole house, after Angela blew up on Lisa, the whole house came together and was like, Angela has to go. Like, there's no way she stays this week. And then everyone kind of sat and thought about it for a day or two, and we're like, yo, this is not the right game move. At least I was convinced that Lisa had the power, because I was working closely with Quinn. He didn't tell me he had it, and I don't know who else voted, but I felt Aaliyah told me she didn't have it, and we were working together low-key at the beginning. So I was like, the only logical person to have the power is Lisa, hence why Lisa got sent home, regardless of if she was like, I don't have the power. It just, the narrative was pushed that she had it, and perception is reality in the house, so. Thoughts on getting bullied? Oh, thoughts on Lisa getting bullied? Yeah, that's not okay. Bullying is not alright in any form or in any reason, and it sucks that she got bullied, and that. But that was kind of the narrative. That was the narrative of the house. Like, why is Angela being so mean to Lisa? And we kind of told her like, yo. After that, I kind of went up to her. I was like, yo, you don't have to like go about this situation like this. Like, that's mean. You know what I mean? And there's a difference between showing disdain or dislike or distrust in people and then just being mean to people. So bullying's not good, right? Don't bully people. There's a Robin Williams quote that I posted on my story, and it was like, you never know what somebody's going through. People fight different battles every day. So like, you being mean could be the last straw for somebody, you know what I mean? Just like inversely, you being nice could be a help in a positive direction. How many seasons of Big Brother, or what seasons have I watched? I've watched season 16, season 23, season 25. And season 26, right, because it's coming out. Hi. Who's my favorite player from prior seasons? This is hard to answer because I know these players personally now, so it's very different. Do you have any crushes? Nah, not really. You should go on Traders. Traders would be dope. I'd be so down. I don't know. I don't know if I'd be a trader or like one of the people that's trying to find the traders. Am I a Johnny Bananas fan? Johnny is cool, bro. He's a thug, and he's won more competitions than anybody else. What a dog. Why did you yell at Julie when you left the house? I didn't mean to. Emotions were really high, and I was like just I wasn't yelling. Like it was just like I was projecting really loudly, and I didn't mean to be. So many things, like for the first 2 days after you get done, so many things are running through your mind. You don't really know how to adjust. And you have to remember, like, I didn't see anybody but the homies in the house for forever. So then Miss Julie came, and it was like so surreal. And I just got evicted, so it wasn't like I wasn't yelling. I did have a final two with Quinn. However, I had a final two with Quinn strategically because I knew he had final twos everywhere. So he left me out. Which, okay, honestly, some more tea for you guys. The final two with Quinn was unintentional. We were talking. This is gonna show my BB knowledge right here. The final two with Quinn was unintentional. We were all talking. Here's how it came about. We were all talking by the hammock, and we were talking about previous seasons. And people were like, "Yo, Cedric's like, he might be a super fan. He knows so much. He knows more than he's letting on. Like, whatever." Because, which isn't the case. I just watched a lot of YouTube before I went in because I felt like it was gonna be the best to prepare me for the house, because I get to get all the good information in a shorter amount of time and not watch the people that lost. Like, if I'm watching you and you lost, then why am I watching? You know what I mean? Not like that, but going in with the goal to win. I wasn't trying to study people who lost the game. So YouTube was a very creative outlet for me to express that. But back to the final two with Quinn. We were talking outside by the hammock, and we were talking about like best seasons of all time. Season 16 came up, and I was talking about the Hitmen and how they ran the game. And then but they ultimately just ended up winning challenges after challenges and ran like that. And same thing with the cookout. Like they won most of the HOHs and then had people to protect them from, thank you for the heart, and the little arrow thing. And had people to protect them at the end. Or protect them in case they were sitting next to somebody on the block, right? So I pulled Quinn aside and I was like, hey, because we were in the Pentagon at this point. I was like, hey, how do you want to play this game? Because I know you're a super fan. Thank you for the little guy. Because I know you're a super fan. What do you think the best strategy to win this is? Do we just win every challenge flat out because we have the collective and the Pentagon and 8 numbers and never risk any of what's going on the block? Or do we play passively and let everything develop around us and then go? And then I was like, or do we control the game like the Hitman? And then he was like, the Hitman, I'm down to work in the shadows with you, like final two. And I was like, oh, that's not what I meant. I was trying to talk about the Pentagon and figure out how the Pentagon plays, but he thought I was talking about him specifically because I guess the Hitman is a duo. So I think he was associating the Hitman being a duo and us being a duo instead of me asking if we were playing like the Hitman played in their season. So it was completely accidental. And then but it became a benefit to me because I was trying to use that to control Quinn to not put me in a bad position because I knew he didn't trust me or the Pentagon fully, but I was trying to give him that extra layer of comfort that was like, look, I'm in a final two with you, why would I dog you? See what I'm saying? Because I didn't trust him and I didn't want him to go astray because I figured even if he didn't trust the Pentagon completely, if he trusted me in his final two, he wouldn't throw the Pentagon under the bus because we're both in there. And if he did, he would at least inform me on who he told it to so we could tell them together and move and progress that way. I can't see the chat. Oh. What would you have told Tucker in his goodbye message? My goodbye message to Tucker would have been, hey Tucker, what's up, man? Sorry it happened like this. It's crazy that everything developed. Unfortunately, you know, you kind of came for me, you came for Quinn, and now you're out there talking to Julie. So, but be that as it may, I enjoyed playing this game with you. You're an amazing dude, an amazing competitor, and it was a blessing to have you in this house. Love you, chalk. That would have been my goodbye message. That's off the dome, by the way, all right? These chats go so fast sometimes. How was Disney? I didn't go to Disney. Diary room, something about diary room. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for all the hearts. Thank you for the gifts. Can you give me your honest opinion? I didn't see the rest of that. Thank you for the, is that a potato? Thank you for the potato. And the rose. Hi, shout out North Carolina. Why did Angela bully Matt? I can't tell you why anybody's actions resulted in anybody else's other actions. So I have no idea. I'm not the other person. I do not condone bullying in any means, and if you are being bullied, please remember that some people hurt people because they're hurt, and you probably didn't do anything wrong, so use the fuel from that. And talk to people, you know, don't ever be afraid to talk to somebody. Life gets hard, like, regardless of who you are or how you feel, or, you know, don't be ashamed or feel embarrassed to talk to some people, because people need help, and that's just a normal thing. Like you and Tyler from season 20 would be homies. Listen, Tyler, I'd be so dope to go on the Wavelength podcast and go mess with Tyler. Oh, this is my little Roomba thing. Wait, hang on, I'm very confused at the moment. Oh, that's the oven. I thought it was the Roomba. Yes, back to the chat. Hey from Ohio, hi. Laundry? No, it's not laundry. I'm not in the laundry room. Do you see how much T-Core misses me? I miss T-Core too. I think it would have been interesting to see how our relationship developed throughout the season. Do you think Angela, thank you for the little heart clouds. Do I think Angela is a plant by CBS? I do not. I don't think that I don't think that they plant anybody in the house. You know, but certain people are cast for different things. So I don't think that she is a plant, but I don't think that she's a plant, but I do know that, you know, the basis of casting any season of Big Brother ever is to get an interesting dynamic out of the house guests. So thoughts on Chelsea backstabbing? I think that meant Quinn. I can't really get into that right now. What's my favorite fruit? I love green apples. Love green apples. What do you think of Quinn's game? I think Quinn, I say this all the time, but I think Quinn had the potential to be one of the best Big Brother players to ever play the game, because he has a sneaky trust with him, and he has a sneaky ability to come off as a not threat. And everyone kind of, like, you know, he seems like the outcast or like the nerd or the geek of the group, and I feel like everyone wants to be inclusive of that person. But he squandered his potential because he doesn't know how to hold water in anything ever. He tells everybody everything, and I mean everybody everything. So that's his downfall as a player. But he had the potential to be one of the best players to ever play the game, for sure. Happy birthday, Peyton. Who do I want for the Pentagon to win? There's only Cam and Chelsea left. I think a finale between those two would be the most ideal outcome for me other than winning. Just because I was working so close with them, and I am loyal to who I say I'm going to be loyal to. Even though I'm out the house, I'm not playing the game, I'm still loyal there. I think T-Core has a good chance of winning as well because she has the trio to protect her, and T-Core has an instant personality in which nobody wants to put her up while there's still Rabina and Chemo in the house. So Chemo and Rabina act as a shield for T-Core, which is true. As sad as it may be, it's true. And just because, personal preference, yeah. It'll be interesting to see how it goes. And I think if T-Core is in the finale chair, it's going to be hard. If T-Core is in the finale chair, she's probably going to win the game. It's going to be hard for anybody to not vote for T-Core. Hey Cedric, do you listen to the Tyla album? I haven't. I definitely agree, T-Core, yeah. Do I see Quinn? Yo, okay, listen, because I had said this before, right? I'm about to get the tea. I had said this before, but we had tea time with Chemo, and I told Chemo, I was like, yo, watch. Quinn and Leah, if this develops anymore, Leah doesn't like him right now, but she will fall in love with this dude. And my reads are so good, bro. Tea time indeed. But he has to strike while he has to strike while in the Big Brother house because that's totally not her type outside. So he has to build the strongest connection possible and hope it carries him through the real world. But I don't see that happening anymore. Now you know. I told you my music taste is diversified, alright? Who else did I read correct? I don't think there's a person in the house that I misread. That could be naive of me, but who do you think I didn't read properly? Let's think. I also haven't seen the episode. The only thing I didn't, I read Quinn was a snake from week 1. I knew Chelsea is going to be one of the best players in the game. I knew Cam was sneakily smart, and his gameplay this season is going to be to, chill and be quiet, but he's really smart and competitive because he doesn't want to put that extra threat level on him. I knew that I couldn't involve T-Core in anything because her and Chemo were going to be really close. I knew when my eviction week came, if I was on the block next to Rabina, T-Core and Chemo weren't going to vote to keep me, or it was going to be really hard for them to vote to keep me, so I had to go into the week knowing I was going to win the AI arena. Who else? I knew after Angela's... That is a read I read wrong. That's a ring I read wrong. Angela. I read Angela wrong. But I think I read her nature as a person correctly. I just read her how she was going to react in the game differently because she gets way too paranoid. Who else? I knew Tucker was kind of a wild card, hence the reason why I didn't work with him really closely. Who else? Rabina, I didn't really have a read on Rabina, but yeah, I feel like my reads in the game were very, very solid. Very solid. Do I think Angela's a good person? I think Angela is a good person. Listen, don't slaughter me yet, all right? Let me finish this. I think that she's a good person that's been put in a situation she's not fully capable of understanding or handling emotionally intelligently. Yeah, there we go. I think she's a good person by nature, but is not emotionally intelligent enough to navigate the situation she's been thrown in properly. What about Mackenzie? Cedric, I'm in love with you and I'm sorry you got evicted so soon. I'm so sorry I got evicted too. T-Core is the quiet version of Tucker. I don't know if I agree with that. Yeah, I think they couldn't be more opposite, actually. Which house kids do I miss the most? Everyone I was working with, that's who I miss the most. Who's my favorite player? Shout out Kean. My America's favorite player, bro. Yes, thank you. You were entertaining to watch. I'm so sad you're gone. I still have more stories, right? So after the season finishes, you guys are gonna get story. I think, look, 2 things I'm about to start on TikTok, because I need to make it past 1 minute so I can get paid for my TikToks, is I'm gonna start story time with Ced, where I'll tell a story. But I really want to start a podcast, so I'm trying to save the stories for the podcast. But I'm thinking about starting story time. And the other thing, I'm gonna give people advice. So give me like outlandish things. Oh, look, there's 200 of you guys in here. So I'm tasking you guys, right? This is important. This is very important. You guys listening? Listen up. Go comment on go comment on my previous post and ask for advice on things, and I'm gonna go through and pick out questions and make videos on them, giving them advice. And it doesn't have to be like crazy. It doesn't have to be like crazy advice, like, or something it could be funny advice. Like, it doesn't have to be super serious, and it doesn't have to be super funny. Like, it can be just whatever advice you want. It could be like, what color do I wear to school tomorrow? Or, it could be, how do you navigate turning this age in high school, or how do you navigate like popularity and things like that. It could be whatever you want it to be. So I'm tasking you guys with this, all right? Go comment on what you want me to give you advice on. I could be your marriage counselor. You want marriage counseling? Comment, bro. And then after you comment, I'll DM you. If it's something that requires like deeper investigation, I'll DM you and we can talk about it. And then I'll give you advice about it in a video on TikTok. On TikTok, yeah.